Hi guys, come out today to talk to you about birch bark. Loads of videos on YouTube about lighting fires with birch bark, using it as a tinder, but there doesn't seem to be many on gathering birch bark, so today I'd like to show you what I think is possibly the easiest way to gather birch bark. No tools or anything required, and it's from dead trees, so there's no damage whatsoever to the trees. So I'll talk you through a couple of methods and we'll go for a walk in the local woods. So come on then guys, let's go for a walk. So this is an old tree that's been down some time by the look of it. The actual tree, the wood itself, looks punky and rotten and good for nothing. There's some bark hanging off the stump there. There's some more all along its length. And this is perfect for what I want. Some just curled up on the bottom there. So I'll get in a bit closer and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So this bark here, say the tree's all rotten, that's a piece of the inner bark. And then if you go down, there's the actual wood in there. Really soft and wet, but that's not a problem with birch because it's not the wood we're after, it's the outer layers of bark, the silver stuff. So this will just peel back in big chunks, which is just what we want. And you can see the inner bark there, we don't really want that, so we can just pull that off. What I'll do is I'll get a knife and prepare it and just scrape some off and show you. But that's what we want, that's what we're after. So there, that's what we're after, birch bark that's easy to gather and just peels off. Doesn't require any tools to peel it off, just comes straight off a dead tree. So, this is the bark you've just seen me gather from that dead tree. That's a nice big sheet. There's very little inner bark on the inside, so that needs very little doing with it. We can just use that as it is. So that needed no tools whatsoever. Just take it off that tree, and it's easy as that. There's it's a big piece, there's going to be a few fires in that, and then some of the other pieces that's got a little bit of inner bark on it, and that inner bark will just peel off. Just break that off with your fingers. You can use a knife to break it off, but as I said, there was no tools for this bit. That's got a much bigger bit of inner bark on it. It's just a matter of cracking it and peeling it. There's a number of myths with birch bark as well. A few that I can think of are you have to dry it out before you use it to light a fire. That's incorrect. There's that much oil in the actual bark itself. You can use this stuff when it's wet. You don't have to dry it out. Obviously it will burn better if it's dry. Another one is scraping the inside. You have to scrape the inside to form a dust. Well, I've always used the outside and find the outside better. I mean, that's personal choice, but you don't have to scrape the inside, you can scrape either side, because it cuts. You basically cutting through to the middle, so it's just which side you start at. I find if you do the silver side you get more curls of the fine bark. So that's another myth about birch bark. Busted hopefully. Obviously I've not taken all the bark off that tree. I've only taken what I need. What I don't use today will go in my pack and I like to carry around a bit of birch bark for natural fire lighting in case I go somewhere where there are no birch trees, or I can't find a nice dead one. So it's always handy to have in my Tinder pouch. So, like all gathering, don't take it all. So what I'll do now is I'll just give it a quick scrape with the knife and then hit it with a ferro rod, and we'll show you how that works. So that's my little pile of scrapings. That should take a spark. I like to scrape from the white side because you get these bigger curls like that there, rather than just a dust. You get these fine curls, I find, if you scrape from the white side. So, as you saw, that took a spark quite well. Got the solo stove going, just dropped it in the solo stove, and stove's on, so that means it's brew time. So guys, I know what some of you are thinking. What if there's no dead birch about, but there's live birch? Well, you can harvest birch bark from live trees, but I'll show you how to do it. It's a laborious process and takes ages. You can't use any tools because that'll damage the tree. Can't use a knife, can't use an axe. You just got to do it by hand, and it's the little wispy bits of bark that are already hanging off. And we'll go find a birch tree together, and I'll show you how to do that next. So I'm quite lucky that there's a lot of birch in this wood. This younger tree here, I can see the little wisps of bark on it already, and we'll come right in, fall down the banking, and these are the little wisps here that we want to be looking for. The older trees don't tend to have them on, they tend to have a smoother bark, but those are the little wisps that you're after. As I say, it can be quite laborious to get enough to start a fire with. This bit I'm pulling off here, it's a bit thick for taking a spark. It's thin at the end, but it's quite thick down at the base. It's like the very outer layer that the tree sheds naturally as it develops and grows. So just taking it like this will not harm the tree in any way. It's when you start using tools and taking a knife to a tree and cutting a big circle around it, or cutting the bark all the way around the tree, you're just going to damage the tree, if not kill it. So this is the way to do it. And as you see, we've got a small bundle, just be careful it doesn't blow away with the wind. But I'll get a little bit more and we'll put a spark to it, and we'll just see how this ignites in comparison to the other flames. Sometimes to get it to take a spark, it's easier to mix it with something else. So if there were plants with seed heads around here, or bulrush heads, cattails, we could mix up some of the fluff in with the birch bark and it'd ignite much easier. It's just a matter of dropping a spark onto one of the really thin bits. Let's see, got a little flame there. Is it going to take? Yeah, it's taken. So guys, those are my two preferred methods for gathering birch bark. Obviously my favourite is the dead tree method, least impact on the environment, and just keep it in a tinder pouch. But, the reason for doing this video is I was recently asked about birch bark, and it's easy to forget sometimes that not everybody has the basic knowledge that that some of us have. I'm not no expert at all, but you know, I do know one or two little bits, and the one or two little bits I do know, I'm happy to share. So there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, guys. See you later.